Radio Bypass, bringing you rock and roll music that deserves to be heard. Discover new bands. Here's some old favorites on Radio Bypass.
Hey guys, for the last 3 years or so, I have been enjoying the music of Wings of Steel and bringing it to you every time there's something new to play from Wings of Steel. And I've watched the band continuously progress forward. It's been a wonderful thing to see. And I'm pleased to welcome back to Radio Bypass guitarist Parker. How are you, Parker?
Doing well. It's good to be here again, Ralph.
Yeah, it's good to have you back to the show again. I always like talking to you and Leo. Today it's just you, but really excited. A lot of things have happened since the last time you guys were here, including a just released October 17th brand new studio album, Winds of Time, which I love, and second full album of studio material. And I can't remember if you guys were here after the live record came out, but you've got the full live album out as well. And it's just really exciting for me getting to know you guys these last few years, both personally and musically, to see things moving constantly in the right direction for you guys. So I'm really happy for you. How's the reception been for the new album so far?
It's been really, really great. We three of the songs we put out three singles from the record before the album came out in October. So that was the title track "Winds of Time" that came out back in June, and then "We Rise" came out in July, and "Burning Sands" came out in September. And we just did a European tour earlier this year, and we got to play a lot of those songs pretty much right after they were released live.
Awesome.
And just in seeing that, and having this song that was released, a couple days ago or a week ago or whatever, and we already have fans that are going there and they're singing along to it was I think that kind of captures the spirit of what we felt the reception on this album. It's just been really great, and it's been like it's very surprising for us, like in a really cool way, to see how quickly everybody has picked up on all the songs, and so yeah, really, really, really good.
Yeah, oh, that's fantastic. Yeah, I mean, because gosh, you guys have only been together what about 6 years now total, and the fact that you're able to do a European tour like that and have that kind of a reception and have people singing along to songs that have just barely been out, that's pretty amazing. That says a lot about the kind of music you guys are creating and how it's resonating then.
Totally, yeah. And also, our fans, it's so cool that they actually go and they're not just, okay, there's a band, I'll go see it. Like they're like, oh yeah, they put out some, let's check it out, and like that's also really, really, really cool.
That's great. I'm so happy for you guys. And I'm also really excited, which we need to talk about, is that on this album, you're going to get to, for the first time, support it by getting to do some touring throughout the U.S., playing with Sabaton, kicking off February 9th in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And when I got that news, I was super excited. If you would have probably laughed at me because I went, yes, good for these boys, to myself out loud in this room, because I was so happy for you, because you really haven't gotten a chance to do a lot of playing out around the U.S. and this includes Canada as well. So I should say North America. You really haven't had a chance to get out there much in this neck of the woods, right?
Yeah, I mean this tour, before doing this tour, we've only played three shows in the US and they've all been in LA. So we actually get a finally get to go around out here in the US in our home country. But to do it at this scale, with Sabaton, we're playing these big, these arenas and these huge halls and theaters, and it's a really, really awesome opportunity. Really great timing with the record too, and we're super, super grateful to the guys in Sabaton for having us on the road. So it's very exciting for us. We're very excited to finally get out there and play for so many of our fans that we know have been following us along our journey, and yeah.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And Sacramento area friends, Wheatland, California, the 21st of February, 2026. I'm going. You should go. Check them out with Sabaton and Pop Evil on the bill, too. So it's a great triple bill, really. So that's great. So let's talk about the new record. So, of course, I think it's awesome because I've said that about everything you guys have done. So I sound like a broken record, talking about how awesome all the Wings of Steel stuff is. My early favorite tracks so far are Saints and Sinners, Lights Go Out, and We Rise. Those are
Nice, good choices.
my tops. Yeah, it may change later, but so far since it's been out and since I've been listening to it almost daily, I've had a couple of days where I haven't been able to ingest it, but those so far have risen to the top for me, even though I like the whole thing. So, what can you tell me about Saints and Sinners, about the writing of that song and everything? It's kind of a short one for you guys, yeah, but it really just hits you right away and takes off in less than 3 minutes.
Totally, man. It's that. So that's actually the shortest song that we've ever written as a band. It's less. I think it's 2 minutes and 47 seconds or something like that. It
Yeah.
changes. But
Yep. 248 it shows in my thing.
yeah, yeah. Some platforms or on the CD it says one of the vinyls. But point being, it's a really
Under
quick
three
song.
minutes, no matter
Yeah,
what.
it's under 3 minutes for sure. And so I'll quick a little note on the record itself. Most the way that the tracks are listed on the record, it's almost in the way that we wrote it. And so on the record, you have the title track "Winds of Time," which is this big 10 minute and 40 second epic track, and it goes through all these different. It goes on a journey, and then we have so that's our longest song, and then right after it we have our shortest song, and the thing is that when people have asked us about how we write these songs, we just tell them it's the reality is they're all the songs that we write are written the same way. Um, Leo or I, we have an idea and we sit down and we figure it out, and then eventually we have a song. So with Saints and Sinners, we were able to say everything that we wanted to say in a much shorter period of time, which is kind of, it's a fun contrast to mention. But message wise, it's a really cool song too. It kind of talks about how, we're all human, we're all gonna die, we all have, good and evil and everything. So let's just rock out and rejoice in that. So it's kind of a cool message to the song as well too. But yeah.
Yes. Yes. It stays with my motto of peace, love, and rock and roll.
That's right. Yeah, we always say peace, love, and heavy metal, so
Yep, exactly.
yeah.
Exactly. Well, I love that. And then this record, sonically, it sounds so good. And I know when we've talked in the past, you've got several different musicians that join you and Leo. You've got some guys in Europe, some guys here. Who all played? Because I don't have the hard copy of the record yet. I still have to order that. But so who else played on this record? Because it all sounds great. And I was wondering if you guys recorded together, separately, how the record came together.
Yeah, so this record, all the songs are written by me and Leo. We're all co-written. And so Leo in the studio, Leo does all the vocals. I do all the guitars, and then I also do the bass. And then Leo and I, we kind of compose the drum parts, but then we go and take those demos that we come up with, and we bring it for an actual drummer to record it. So we have real drums on our song, of course. So on our Wings of Steel EP, and then on the Gates of Twilight record, we had Mike Mayhem recording the drums in the studio, but he wasn't able to record for this record. So our guy Damien Renaud, who also mixes and masters the record, and he mixed and mastered Winds of Time. He's also a drummer. I mean, he started out as a drummer. He's awesome. So he was willing to take up the task to record the drums for this record, and he totally kicked ass, and he totally did a great job. So that's who plays on the record themselves. But the band, when you go to see us live, so obviously it's me and Leo, and then we have a rhythm guitar player, Stefan Bailey. We have a bass player, Mathieu Trobeck, and then we have on drums, Marcel Binder. So you will see those. That's who's going to be delivering the music live when you see us. But
As I was just going to ask,
yeah,
does that
yeah.
work for the U.S.? Because I think at one point you had to have some guys for Europe and then maybe some different guys here.
Yeah, we're still, in all honesty, we're still figuring out. Well, I mean, we definitely have to have Leo here, but We're still not sure about the other two guys if we're gonna be able to find a way to get them over here legally and so everything's cool. But hopefully we can. We'll see. Uh, but whoever, if you know, whoever you have, if you see us, it's gonna kick ass, and we're gonna make sure that
I
whoever's playing with us, they're gonna be good people, good musicians, and the show will the music will be done justice live.
Yes, I have no
So,
doubt. I have no doubt. I think I saw, I forget where it was, but I saw something that you guys had posted of a live show somewhere in recent times, and it sounded phenomenal. Even though it was probably a cell phone recording or something, but it still sounded great. So I'm so looking forward to February to get a chance to be in the room and hear it through the proper PA system.
hey, so we're looking forward to playing it like that, man. That's the way this. I'll say too with the record because we're talking about it. All the songs that we write and record, they're written to be played live, and I actually think, especially when Leo and I wrote this record, having written it after we did our first European tour last year and having that perspective of playing live, I think we had even more, insight and feel as to like, what are things that we want to have in songs when we're playing live and, little details and little stuff, but it all kind of it adds to what we ended up writing and recording. So, yeah.
Which is interesting for, young musicians like you guys to hear you say that, because that was always how I thought music would be, and all musicians that I, knew when I was young, that was the thing. Playing live was so important before you could even go into the studio to really hone the songs, and it did change the perspective on how you hear things. And now today, with the way we do things with Pro Tools and everything like that, and so often musicians not being together flesh to flesh, so to speak. I often wonder about that, because I think there's a lot of artists today that they've recorded before they ever step foot on stage, where it used to be vice versa. It was
Mhm.
usually live before you ever entered the studio. And I did always wonder about that for younger musicians. If you notice a difference, like once you play live, if you've already recorded some, if you say, oh, shoot, I wish we would have done this, or had this part, or not done this too, possibly,
Mhm.
because it just doesn't work live, So
Absolutely.
I'm glad to hear that there's still, that even in today's modern way of doing things, that you can still tell a difference when you're out playing live, what needs to happen when you're recording.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's very integral, And I mean I think too when you play music, the way it's recorded in the studio and the way it's played live, they're never going to be exactly the same thing. But that's also, too, I think that's part of the beauty of the live show. Like you're going to hear if there was something like that. But I mean, and even back in the day, because, bands would go and they would, be in the studio for months. They'd be working with the producer. They put together the songs, but then they're out on the road, they're playing the song and they're going like, even still, oh, let's change this or let's do this. And when you see the band live, you get to hear all those things, and I think it gives you a real sense of character for the band and the musicians. And also as a musician, it's a lot of fun, to do those things and to see how the songs, evolve over time. And yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. And it does make it more fun. Some people want exactly what they heard on the radio, like when I was young. Oh man, it didn't sound like the radio. And I was always the opposite. Especially, bands that I'd go see on multiple nights, and the song, they play the same set, but there was just a little flourish here or there, or just something that was
Mhm.
a little bit different even from the night prior. And I love that, because it just, I don't know, it just I don't know, it felt special to me. I don't know how else to really describe it, but I thought it was always very cool. I like hearing these little nuances, these little differences. And it makes it, live.
Absolutely, I mean it's I'm not gonna get into the argument of where some I think when you go to see a band, like you're there to see a show, you're there to experience the music live, and in some styles of music, just because of the way it's composed and orchestrated, they need to use tracks or they have a show thing and they go whatever. But the bottom line is to go there and to experience the music live, and to see those little details and to see those little nuances and all that, like that's part of what makes you go, because you're there and you're watching them do it in real time, and as a fan, but also as a musician, it's a really cool thing to be there and to experience that together. And I think that's what's really important.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Well, let's see. What else do we need to catch up on? We've got, again, Wings of Time, latest album from these guys. Check it out. Wingsofsteelband.com. You can order a copy like I'm going to do.
Yes.
It's only been out a couple of weeks, so go chase after this because it's great. Um, and then I guess we should maybe just talk about the live album just a little bit. How did that do
Sure.
for you guys? Because
Well, yeah, I mean, kind of continuing on that similar note.
yeah, that's what's making me think about it.
Yeah, yeah. So the live album that was recorded last year. We did our first European tour, and we had two shows in France. One was in Paris, one was in Lille. The show in Lille was recorded, and the thing that's really cool about this is that we didn't know that the show was actually being recorded. We played the show, and then after our good friend who helped organize the show for us, he comes up to me and he goes, "So, I recorded the whole thing," and we're like, "Really?"
Just a
And he's
board
like, "Yeah,
tape.
if you want it, the recording's yours. You can release it. You can keep it for your reference. You can do whatever." So we're like, okay, and we checked it out, and we liked how a lot of it came out. So we're like, you know what? Let's just put out a live record. And that's essentially what it did. Was we picked some of our favorite songs from that show that evening, and we just put it out. And that's I think the thing that's so cool about it is a lot of live records are. And I understand this from a band. They record several shows on a tour, and then they're able to pick the best take from each night. And like, I, as a musician, as a perfectionist and a producer too, I totally understand why that's a much more ideal approach to get. But at the same time too, like, this live record and the way it is, and that's all from one evening, like, you really hear, like, if you go and saw us live, or if you go and see us live, like, this is about as accurate as a representation of what you're gonna get is. And so literally the recording itself, but also the way we went and produced it, we wanted to make it sound like you were literally standing there on the floor right in front of the stage. And yeah, so that's and also too importantly for us, um, we had only there was still, I mean, even still today, we've played all over Europe. We're about to play all over North America, but there's so many places in the world where we have fans that we really want to go out and play that we just haven't been able to get there yet. And so we figure, well, we're doing everything we can to go and play shows everywhere that we can, but at least we can give them a live record so they can at least get a taste of that side of our band, because
Right.
that's half of what we do. We make records in the studio, and we go and we perform them live, and that's so getting to share that was really cool. I think also most people would be like, it's really early in your career to release a live record, but I also, I think about some of my favorite bands, and having a live record from their like earlier days is really, really cool thing to have. So yeah, I think it all worked out well. We weren't planning on it, but turned out good. So
That's cool. I mean, did he have a mobile truck out there, or was it just off the board?
it's just off the board. So
That's amazing because it sounds great.
yeah, thanks. I mean, we had
Technology
the
has
the
improved
raw.
that.
Yeah, I mean, we basically just had the raw audio from the board, and then we took it to Damien here, and we mixed and mastered it, and we tried to replicate the sound of the room, make it sound like how it really felt there. We had some cheaper phone or different recordings from the audience to try to reference what the reverb was like and everything. And but yeah, we really wanted to just recreate that experience of what it was like for those people standing there in the room, and yeah.
That's great, Parker. That's great. Well, this is just again, I'm just very happy for you guys. I'm glad to see more and more people discovering the greatness that is Wings of Steel. That's just so cool. And I'm going to guess that things have probably gone better than you guys could have imagined when you first got together.
Absolutely, man. I mean, we've really, I mean, Leo and I have known each other for over 6 years now, but we've really only been active with Wings of Steel for a little over 3 years now since we put out our first EP. And to see like we literally started from nothing, and to see how we've grown and we've picked up so many fans, but really connected with so many people around the world, and we're doing something, we're creating something that people resonate with, that that's a really really fucking cool thing, so
Honest to God, especially for this kind of music in 2025, to see what's been happening for you guys, it's just, I can't even put it into words, like, other than what you just said. It's really fucking cool.
yeah, it's to be honest with you, man, it's kind of hard to process, because a lot of it happens so fast. And the flip side of the coin is that Leo and I, we're also managing the business, and we're running a lot of that, and we're so busy and we're so focused on stuff all the time. It's sometimes it's you don't get a lot of time to sit around and go wow, but every now and then it'll catch up with you. You go, holy shit, so.
Well, that's the other thing that's really remarkable, and I've told you guys this before. I really applaud you guys because you're young guys, and you're doing it all. I mean, you're doing everything yourself. Your own everything, your own manager, your own record label, your own musicians. Um,
Well, we're slowly starting to. I mean, well, we've outgrown the scale where Leo and I can literally do everything. We're slowly starting to get some people, but I mean, that's what happens when you're a band and you grow. As you get bigger, you're in a better position to work with people. Like, we have a booking agent in Europe. We have distribution deals in different countries around the world, where our fans in different countries can get our CDs, which is really, really great. And we have people like Jody who are helping us set up interviews and do stuff like that. So we're slowly growing our team, and it will continue to
that's
expand as
good
we.
because the artists have to get rest so that they can continue to create the art that we love. So,
Absolutely, I mean, Leo and I, that's what we're here to do. We're here to to deliver the music and play the shows, and to drive the creative vision, so.
right, awesome. All right. Well, before I let you go, obviously, as you know, I always like to add music at the end of these conversations. But before I even have you pick a track, as far as the new record, Winds of Time, what would you say? Like, what would you hope if somebody's just hearing it for the first time, and if somebody's already been a fan for these last 3 years? What do you hope people take away from this record?
I mean, there really is a lot to unpack with this record. I think musically, there's a lot of really cool stuff. There's some harder and there's some heavier stuff, but there's also some really epic and atmospheric and emotional stuff too. And it really is an adventure. And I think it's also it's cool to see how. Leo and I, with our sound, we've written a bunch of different kinds of songs and explored different styles and everything, and we continue to do so, but we've also kind of like honed in on our identity and what makes this music unique. Sure, we have our influences, and you could look at this section, you say, oh, this is similar to that band, or this part's similar to that, but
Of course.
how it kind of has its own identity. So yeah, I mean, musically, it's a journey. It's really cool. Thematically, the thing that's kind of cool, it's almost a paradox, is we have this old school sounding music, even though it's done today and it has its own modernized thing to it. But with the theme that we have lyrically, it's all very reflective of the world that we live in today. I'm not gonna, we're not a political band. We don't like to get too deep into that side of things, but it's definitely art made in today's world that reflects today's world. And so there's a lot of symbolism, there's a lot of really cool stuff like that, but it's also very deep and reflective, and it talks about unity and some I mean, there's a song, and the last song in there, Flight of the Eagle, is kind of like what the experience is to die in a way. But it's, I mean, there's all kinds of depth. We don't like to say too much what the songs are about because it's also a very unique thing um,
Sure.
for the listener to think. But there's point being in saying all this, there's a lot to unpack there as well. So if you like to dig deeper and look for nuance and details, you'll see a lot in there. But
All right,
yeah,
so that's what we want people to take away then, that there's a lot to unpack.
there's a lot to unpack.
Repeated listenings, like I like to do, you may come up with different ideas of what these songs are all about.
Absolutely, and it's very individual, I think there's things if you like more 80s stuff, there's some stuff for you. If you like some faster and heavier stuff, there's stuff for you. If you like some more progressive or epic, like there's all these different flavors and whatever, even though it's Leo and I write what's inspiring to us, whatever you connect with is really cool and enjoy that. So
That's great. That's great. All right. Well, I'm going to let you pick, what song from the brand new Winds of Time should we play at the end of our chat here today?
Well, I think because we've already discussed this one, we're gonna have to go with Saints and Sinners, and not because of any favoritism on the album. I think every track has its thing. That's why it's on the record. But we'll go with Saints and Sinners.
All right. And as I already said, that is one of my top three favorites. But guys, trust me, the whole album, you'll like all the tracks. You'll like them all. And then since we talked about the live album, why don't we play something from the live record too? And you can pick.
Ooh, okay. Let's do Fall in Line off the live record.
I like that one. That is what we're gonna do. So Saints and Sinners from the brand new album, Fall in Line from the live record. Because fair, since we touched on the live record, and you do feel it's representative of what it felt like to be in that room, that's why I decided we should add a live track too. And for all of you guys, if perhaps you didn't hear me play any of the live stuff on the weekly music show, chance to hear it and pump you up for 2026. I'm just so excited about this. So, again, we've been talking to Parker Halub from Wings of Steel, guitarist from Wings of Steel, and brand new album, Winds of Time. That's out now. wingsofsteelband.com. You can go get a copy. Vinyl, too, is available.
Yes.
And catch them throughout the U.S. and Canada starting in February of 2026. February 9th, kicking off in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. For you guys around me here in the Sacramento area, the 21st of February in Wheatland, and all my friends down in Los Angeles the day before, February 20th. Where do you know where the Los Angeles show is? My list
Yes,
of the
that
best.
is at the Forum.
Okay, at the Forum. I haven't been there in a long time. At the Forum in LA on the 20th, and coming to you wherever you are, the Midwest, East Coast, everywhere, and then throughout Canada as well. So be sure to catch these guys live with Sabaton in February, March, and April of 2026. You're going to have a busy first quarter of the year, or
Oh yeah.
quarter of the year. But anyway, Parker, so happy for you. Thanks for always making time to come by Radio Bypass and fill us in. I feel like a proud dad watching my children grow with their musical activities here. It's awesome. I'm really happy for you.
Yeah, Ralph, it's great to be here with you again as always, and hopefully we'll be chatting with you again soon.
Yes, we certainly will. And I'll definitely make it to Wheatland no matter what, February
We'll,
21st.
we'll see you out there, man. I'll look from you. I'll look for you from the stage. Oh, there's Ralph.
I'll try to get up close.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Again, Wings of Steel, wingsofsteelband.com. Brand new album, Winds of Time, just came out October 17th. And here is Parker's pick, but also kind of my pick because I love it too. This is Saints and Sinners, brand new Wings of Steel.
Angels and demons, we've all got to die. Wings of steel, motherfuckers! Lil! Are you with us? Lil! Now fall in line. like it.